Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at usaco-training sorting a three-value sequence. Okay, so in this problem we're given an array of n integers, which each element is a single integer from the set 1, 2, and 3. As you can see here, all these numbers belong in this set. And then we can perform a sequence of swaps where we can swap any two elements. And then we're supposed to find the minimum number of exchanges required so that the resulting array would be sorted. Okay. So like in the input we have 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1. And our sorted array should be 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 3, 3, 3. So then to get this resulting array, you could first swap should put this in red. You could swap 2 and 1. Could swap 2 and 1. And then you would swap 1 minute. You would swap 3 and 2. And then your 3 would be over here, your 2 would be over here, and then you would just swap this again. So then this would result in a total of 4 moves, which is our answer. So this is resulting in 4 moves. So notice that from the, let's just call this our original. Let's just call this our result, what we're supposed to get. Notice that when we swap two elements, let's just say we're swapping 2 and 1. We're swapping it over here because you notice that for this position, you have this element, and for this position, you have this element. And when you swap it, it makes the order and the result correct, because when you swap 2 and 1, it results in 1 is 2, and which is what we want. So then, basically, after what we let's call this operation 1. We would have swapped, let's just say, 2 and 1 because the positions are opposite, and we would also have swapped 3 and 2. I'll just mark them out. 3 and 2. Over here and over here. So then the resulting array would be, after operation 1, would be 2, 1, 2. This would be 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1. And here's our result. And then, but this still isn't sorted yet. So then you can notice that basically the next step in making a correct one would require 2 operations instead of 1, because it basically would be in this order. Okay. So above, if it was AB and the resulting was BA, then you would just swap these two elements to make the result. But over here, you actually have 3 values, which may be ABC. And then if if a result would be let's just say BCA, this would require 2 swaps because you have to swap an element twice. For example, this would be to swap A and B, and then you would have to swap this too. So then we're supposed to make these kind of chains where we're making 2 swaps instead of the original 1 over here. Let me actually just circle this. Okay, so over here, you can search, which then you can see which values are different. So you can see that this value and this value is different. And over here we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have this value and this value is different, and we also have the last value, which is different. Okay, And as you can see, this basically sequence forms what we have here. So over here we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. And the resulting is 2, 3, 1. And you know, by this form, you can swap 1 and 2. So your 1 would be over here, and then you would swap these two, which is basically what we have over here. Okay, so now for this check, since it involves all 3 numbers, you can just count the number of 1s that are misplaced, and it would be over here 1. So then the answer would be above. We have 2 operations, so it would be 2 plus. Actually, it would be 2 times 1 plus 1 times 2, which is 4. And this 1 is basically the number of inversions we've found. Okay, so this actually corresponds to this case, and then this corresponds to, this case. What I mean is that this 2 belongs to here because it requires 2 swaps to make this equal. And this corresponds to this case because you only need 1 swap to make it equal. So then, since we found 2 of these kind of sequences for the original one, and then we also found 1 for the 3 valued one. So then we just sum it up, so we get 4. Okay, so here we go. This problem is this. Okay, let's just include upstream, and let's also include upstream. Let's also include algorithm. Okay, so we're given n, and let's call this int o, and o should be represented as our original array, and let's call this sorted. This is our sorted array. So let's make our main function. So we're reading from sort3.in, and we're writing to sort3.out. Okay, so we're reading n, and then for each of your elements, you're reading O of I. So then, basically, you would copy the elements from S to I. So then, you could say S of I would be equal to O of I. So then, you just need to sort S. So then, you could just do sort S plus 1, S plus N plus 1. Okay, so now basically we need to first count the number of ones where it's AB to BA. So then you need to loop through each element. Okay. So basically, if the original element and then with the sorted element, if it was the same, actually this should be O. If it was the same, then you wouldn't have to do anything because it's already in the correct position. So basically, if O of I is equal to S of I, then you can just continue. Okay. So now you know that these two values are different, and then we're supposed to be searching for the opposite one. So you can loop through a j, so j would be equal to I plus 1. You would just loop through the rest of the elements. Okay. So basically, if O of I is equal to S of j, and O of j is equal to S of I, and this means that it's basically in this format. So then, if this happens, we need to swap these two elements. We can swap. We will be swapping O of I and O of j. Okay, and then let's actually have our answer. So our answer, we should increment this by 1. Okay, so now another case is let me check this. It's from ABC to BCA. So then we just need to count number of ones that are misplaced. So if O of I is equal to 1, and O of I is not equal to S of I. Then you would just increment answer by 2. So now we just need to print our answer. Okay, so this is sorting, and let's run this. Oops, we need to create a file. Okay, let me copy the input. Okay, it's compiling. Okay, so the out 4, which is only 1. Yeah, I'm just going to put submit it. The problem is sort 3, and the language is C++11. Oops. Okay. Okay, this is sorting a 3-valued sequence. Here we go. Oops. Okay, so looks like that is right. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Bye.